Hi everyone, I'm Julia Demakos, also known as the Gardening Girl. In today's video, we will be talking about seed starting mixes and what you use to start your seeds. Now, I get a lot of questions online from people asking me what I use to start my seeds, so I thought I would film a video and show you exactly what I do and what I use. Now, seed starting mix is basically a weed-free, sterile medium to start your seeds with. It has no nutrients, it has perlite to help drain water from the soil so it doesn't pool, and that's about it. Now the base can either be peat moss or it could be coconut coir, depending on the product that you purchase. But on its own, it has no nutrients. So if you grow your seeds in something that's like that on its own, you need to then pot up and add some nutrients to it, because there really are no nutrients in there, and then the plant itself will have a really hard time, and you'll find that it starts losing color, it starts fading to a pale yellow, it just really has a hard time growing, it starts to struggle. So I make some amendments to my mix, so that way it has enough nutrients to grow, and that way it can sustain itself for long enough until I transplant outdoors. So in my mix, what I use is, the base of my mix, I like to use Pro Mix. Now, I'm not sponsored or anything, it's just what I use. I've been using it for years and I really like it. I purchased the Pro Mix BX, comes in a cubic bale, or I purchase Pro Mix Organic Seed Starting Mix. They're both very similar. BX has mycorrhizal bacteria and it helps the roots of the plants. The mix also has perlite, like I mentioned previously. But you can buy it in the bag. It's the Organic Seed Starting Mix. It's also the same kind of thing. It's very light, very airy. On its own, it's not enough. So what I do to my mix is I add vermiculite, which helps to retain some moisture, because the perlite helps drain the soil. I need the moisture to remain for a little bit longer. I add vermiculite, balancing that product. And then I also add worm castings. Worm castings are basically worm poop, and when worms go, they're working in the soil and they're eating, they're pooping out worm castings. Those worm castings feed the soil. They have wonderful nutrients. They're not too strong, and they're just the perfect balance for plants, and especially seedlings. So that's what I do. Now I'm going to flip the camera and I'm going to show you what my mix looks like after all the parts were added, and I'll also tell you what exactly I added. So this here is my mix that I use, and this is already all mixed in, all the parts together. So the base is the Pro Mix, which is the peat moss, perlite, and mycorrhizal bacteria combination. That's the Pro Mix BX that I add to it. And then to it, I add vermiculite, which are the gold flecks. They help to retain some of the moisture. And then as well, I add worm castings. That's what I add. So in terms of ratios, it's 4 parts of the Pro Mix seed starting mix, 1 part vermiculite, 1 part worm castings. Then I take it in, I put it all in here in my basin. Now you can use a tub, you can use a potting tray, whatever works for you. You can use like a little bucket and mix it all in really well. You can wear gloves to do so, but make sure you go through it all, break it up with your hands. If you feel any clumps, break them up. You can use a spade to do this, you can use your gloves, but just turn it all in, make sure it's evenly mixed, and that's what it looks like, and that's how loose it is when it's ready. It's just lovely stuff. So that's what I use, and I find it to be really effective when starting seeds. I've been using this mix now for a number of years, and I've had really good success with my seedlings. And I find that the water drains really well from them, and I very rarely get damping off disease or mold. It's just a really nice, perfect blend for seed starting, and the worm castings give it the nutrients that they need. So, I use this product as well, even when I'm potting up. So when I'm, planting in a cell like this, and it's time to pot up into a 4-inch pot or larger, I use the same material. So that's all you need to do. That's all I use right up until transplanting out to the garden. So what do you use for your seed starting mix? I'd love to hear from you. Please leave me a comment below. I'm always interested to hear what people use in their own situations and what works for them. And this way we can learn from each other. If you like my video, please be sure to give me a like, as well click the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified of all upcoming videos. And I will be posting a lot more videos as we go along through the gardening season. Hope you're all having a really great day, everyone. Talk to you all soon. Happy gardening.